3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, morning everyone, and this is my presentation. I'm going to go through the many assignments that I've done throughout this course. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so these are the contents that I'm going to go through, the assignments that I've done throughout this course. Media and culture, digital manipulation, digital sound and images, which is the short film that we did, animation, digital editing, reportage photography, and finally my individual project. So first off, we start off with our very first assignment, which is media and culture. So this really, so bear in mind prior to this, I had very little to no experiences in creative media or anything within that field. So having to do this assignment, it was very, it really hit me, and it really shifted the way I viewed art and anything creative like digital editing and digital media. We were learning about, I learned about Marxism, capitalism, the folk cultures, and what popular culture is. And it also taught me how to structure an essay, which is very vital when you go into uni, as there's going to be a lot of essay writing and academic writing. So this really helped me boost it in that sort of area. Moving on, we move on to digital manipulation. So this is one of our second assignment This is another assignment that we did. I want to show you what we did. So this includes using software such as Photoshop, in terms of like taking an image and digitally manipulating it using tools within certain softwares like Photoshop. As you can see here, I'm using masking and turning an image, digitally manipulating an image. I'll show you more examples such as here's a great example of digital manipulation. So this is the original image, and this is the image that was manipulated. As you can see, the sky is very white, and I wanted to add some light to it. So what I did, I got a picture of a cloud and added it onto the image, and also I took out the branches of the tree here. So it doesn't look like the original image. It looks much better now. Like it gives more life to it. And here's other examples as well of me using certain tools and using Photoshop to an extent that I've never used it before. As I said before, I had no experiences or skills within creative media before, but going along, I've managed to learn how to use software such as Photoshop, and eventually sort of take it to a skill where I can implement it in areas of work. If I were to work right now and someone were to tell me to use certain softwares like Photoshop, I'll be able to use it. So because I have the skills I've learnt and I've mastered. And moving on. So second we have our digital sound and image, basically the short film. The title of this film was The Card, and this had certain stages. I learned how how a person makes a film. There's certain stages that you have to go through, such as the pre-production, production, and the post-production stage. So the pre-production, as you can see the images, we had a storyboard. This was a group project, by the way. He taught me how to work together as a team, and certain roles that were allocated to some people, and what we need to do. As you can see, us scouting for locations in the pre-production stage, and the production stage where we were shooting the film. We had certain roles, certain tools that we had to use, and also the post-production stage where we actually edit the film. So the software we're using is Final Cut Pro, and prior to this I didn't know how to use this. I had my mentor and tutors teach us how to use it, and it was a really powerful tool, especially if you know how to utilize certain keyframes and other tools. You can really get yourself around it. I want to show you a little a clip, a sort of our short film, a few seconds. It doesn't seem to be loading.
Keep talking. Tell us a bit about the film while we're waiting. Here it
Oh,
is.
yes. So this is Marcel, acting. It's me acting. We added like all kinds of sounds and things that would suit the film, so it doesn't sound very bland. These are some of the shots that we did. And yeah, so we didn't really just have one. We didn't just stick to one role. We had many other roles within creating this film. Some of us were doing the camera work, others were doing the sound, but we'd mix it up. So we didn't just learn one thing. We learned other things. We learned to utilize certain tools such as the camera or the sound. Moving on. So now we come to animation. So this was a really fun sort of assignment that we did. We had to think about the certain our concept that we want to do in our animation, and I wanted to do like a little comedy sketch with a little sort of more behind it. And at first, I didn't know how to do animation at all. I mean, I had some experience prior, but it wasn't enough to sort of push myself to out of my comfort zone. But this really pushed me in out of my comfort zone. I had done all kinds of experiments, which I can show you. Experimentation. We learned how to sort of keyframe and here's an example of experimentation that I did before I did my final animation. If it loads. By the way, it's nothing too great. It's just like a little sketch. Took me a few minutes to do. If it loads. So yeah. So nothing too great. It's a little sketch that I did just to test out my animation skills. And here you'll see my final project, final video. I'll show you a few seconds. So I added music as well, drawing each frame.
Yeah.
So the thing with animation is that it's very time consuming. It's not something that I want to sort of pursue at university, but it is a great skill to have if you want to do something on the side. So now we move on to because of the lack of time, I'm going to go into my final project because it's going to be the most time consuming to speak about. So prior to this, everything that I'd done, all the assignments that I did, was a build up to this sort of final individual project. And I finally realized what I wanted to do and what I wanted to pursue in university, which is special effects and visual effects and editing, as well as filmmaking as well. So I wanted to combine all of those and create my final project, which is a sort of illustrating video with a little twist to it, which was special effects. I'm doing this because I really enjoy editing and doing special effects and also making films, and I wanted to bring that together and create my final project. I'll show you a bit of it right now and show you what I mean. So there's the special effects that I'm doing, adding sounds and yeah. Use it, really working the camera, learning how to use it, going through it. Learning how to the correct angles, what makes a good angle, and animations as well. Most of animation. So this year, what would prior to this, what would take me hours to do, now I can do it in minutes, and that's the best thing that this course has taught me. And I really enjoyed doing this, and I'll continue to work to it and develop myself, and hopefully be the best version of this, and really master the skills that this course has taught me.
Cool.
And that's my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. So I just wanted to ask you a question about which piece of work that you've produced in the course of the last 8 months are you most proud of? Which one do you feel that is your best piece of work?
I feel the most that I'm proud of, the assignment that I'm most proud of is my is the first one that we did with Marcel and Aaron, because although it was my first, I feel that we didn't have many skills. However, we worked together, combining our knowledge and what we've learned so far, and we implemented it. And I believe that though it wasn't the best, we sort of utilized what we had and created what we did, and I really enjoyed it.
So do you think, what do you imagine would happen if you were to go back now and do that film, The Card, again, with the combined knowledge you have now? What comparison would there be between the two?
I believe that if I were to do this again, after having learned so much, instead of that time, it was very time consuming. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to think like a filmmaker.
Yeah.
But now that we have that knowledge, if we were to go back, I think it'd be really quick. We'd be really thorough of what we're doing, learning how to use the camera and actually learning how to edit properly. Because back then we didn't really know how to edit.
Yeah.
And
Good. Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.